Every few years an island appears on satellite maps, then disappears like it was never there. And every attempt to reach it ends with corrupted instruments, missing data, and silence. The story of this island begins with a strange rule: you never see it twice in the same year. It shows up suddenly, fully formed, as if it has always been there, then slips out of existence before anyone can verify it. The first documented appearance came from an old Cold War satellite that captured what analysts described as a stable coastal outline where no landmass should exist. The island wasn't a blur or a smudge. It had shape, depth, shoreline definition. It was real for exactly one satellite pass. By the time the next pass occurred, the ocean was flat and empty. At first, analysts blamed sensor noise, atmospheric distortion, or water glint. Easy explanations. Convenient ones. But the same island appeared again 7 years later on a different satellite operated by a different country with different imaging technology. Same coordinates, same shape, same size, same sharp coastline. When patterns repeat like that, you stop calling it coincidence and start calling it a phenomenon. Over the decades, the island kept reappearing, never predictably, never for long, but always unmistakably. Internal mapping departments quietly added and removed it from their private charts, unsure whether they were documenting geography or something that pretended to be geography. The real panic started when an expedition actually tried to reach it. A research vessel set out within hours of the island's latest appearance on 3 independent satellite feeds. The ocean was calm, skies clear, conditions perfect. But the moment they crossed the 20-kilometer radius around the coordinates, everything began to break. Not violently, subtly, almost deliberately. GPS coordinates looped and stretched like the numbers were sliding on ice. Compasses rotated in slow, indecisive circles. Sonar returned a sterile, unnatural flatline, as if the seafloor were polished metal. The crew later described an eerie pressure in the air, not dangerous, just wrong. A delay in perception. A faint ringing that no instrument detected but every person heard. They pressed further until the ship's communication logs began corrupting in real time. Data packets split, audio fractured, timestamps reversed. Then their backup navigation system flickered out for 3 full seconds. At sea, that's a lifetime. They turned back immediately. The official statement claimed they found nothing of significance. The crew, who all resigned within a year, privately said they felt watched the entire time. Governments responded with the usual dance of denial. One country claimed the island never existed and accused rival nations of fabricating geography. Another claimed the region was volcanically unstable, despite no seismic activity in centuries. A third claimed that the anomalies were routine magnetic disturbances, which makes no sense, because that specific area has never been classified as a magnetic hot zone. But the biggest red flag wasn't the governments. It was the satellites. A private imaging company accidentally published a high-resolution capture before deleting it hours later. The image showed a visible coastline, a shallow lagoon, and something at the island's center, a dark, angular geometry. Not rock. Not vegetation. Something with straight edges. Analysts who archived the image before deletion noted that the shadows were perfectly consistent with the sun angle. Meaning, the island wasn't a composite. It was physically there. Sailors familiar with the region have long reported strange behavior around those waters. Compasses drifting. Radar contacts fading. Engine interference. Some recorded faint low-frequency hums beneath their ships. Rhythmic, mechanical, not oceanic. Pilots flying over the area recorded brief spikes of static that vanished the moment they left the coordinate range. Even more unnerving are the historical records. Hidden in old naval archives are mentions of a silent zone, in that exact stretch of ocean, an area where instruments needed constant recalibration, where ships occasionally reported seeing dark shapes beneath the waves, and where unmanned cabled sensors malfunctioned without explanation. These weren't paranormal reports. They were technical logs. Geologists have tried to explain the island as a newly forming volcanic structure that emerges and sinks. But the ocean floor there shows no volcanic vents, no lava tubes, no uplift. Others suggested a floating pumice island. But pumice islands don't appear in the exact same shape every time. And they don't erase digital logs. That leaves the theories people don't like to say out loud. Some researchers believe the island is a phased mass, a piece of matter slipping between states, visible only at certain magnetic or gravitational alignments. Others believe something is cloaking it, intentionally or unintentionally, and that the appearance on satellite imagery is a glitch in the camouflage. A few go further and speculate that the island is not emerging, but revealing itself when whatever hides it temporarily falters. The most extreme theory suggests that the island is not part of our normal topography at all, that it's a remnant of a structure or civilization predating current geography, phasing back into our dimension on a cycle we don't understand. Far-fetched maybe? But so is an island that appears on a satellite sensor with perfect lighting geometry and then disappears an hour later. And then there's the most disturbing anomaly of all. In the most recent satellite capture, the island appeared for only 40 minutes. In that short window, 2 satellites captured it seconds apart, but the shadows on the island didn't shift with the sun's movement between the frames. Everything else on Earth obeyed the light. The island didn't. Light touched it differently. That means either the island is not interacting with sunlight in a normal physical way, or it's not part of Earth's frame of reference at all. Today, maritime advisories quietly restrict passage through that area. The public explanation is vague: navigation interference. But the updates to those advisories always happen within hours of each new satellite anomaly, as if someone somewhere is tracking the island's every flicker. Whatever the island is, geological, artificial, or something stranger, it doesn't want to be found. It appears just long enough to remind us it's real, then disappears before anyone can reach it. It has patterns, rules, and behaviors, which means it has purpose. And if an island can hide, can distort instruments, can manipulate our perception of physics, then the ocean might be holding far more secrets than we're prepared to understand. If you want more mysteries like this, hit like and subscribe. It keeps the investigations going.